Good morning, artists. Today for art class, we are going to be talking about visual texture. Texture meaning the way something feels. And in art, you are going to try to create texture in your work by either repeating lines or repeating a shape is one way that artists create visual texture in their work. So when I say visual texture, I mean the illusion, okay, of creating a work of art where it looks like it would be fluffy, or it might be rough, or it might be bumpy. And you do that in your work today with a large paintbrush, okay, like this. And we're going to create visual texture that looks fluffy with our paints. So what you will need today is 2 pieces of paper as well as paint. So I have here a paint palette with, whoopsies, warm colors. Okay, and you're going to have a paint palette with the cool colors. So I have blue, purple, and green are my cool colors, and I have red, yellow, and orange are my warm colors. So I'm going to create 2 paintings that show visual texture. So I'm going to start with the first one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my warm color red and I'm going to do dots like this all over the painting. Maybe get something hard, maybe this. So I'm just going to keep doing this. You see how I'm making repeated dots with my brush. I'm not painting like this today. Today I'm painting like I'm stamping with my brush. Okay, and I'm trying to create a texture all across the paper. So I've done a lot with red. Now I'm going to put my brush in the yellow. And I'm going to overlap with yellow. And I could do some orange as well. And I'm going to try to paint or do my dots in areas where I haven't hit the paper yet. Just switch back to yellow. You can see I'm just doing swoop, 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 little dots with my brush. Okay, I'm holding it like this and I'm going ch-ch-ch-ch. Okay, this is to make a fluffy texture on my paper. Okay, now that I've filled the paper with red, yellow, and orange, now I'm just going to take straight white on my brush. And I'm just going to do a few white dots. Okay, white is last. White is the last one you're doing, the last color. Okay. So I have now done my warm color painting, and it looks pretty fluffy. The texture is fluffy. So I'm going to put this to the side, and now I'm going to switch paint palettes. I'm going to put my warm colors away, and now I'm going to use the cool colors. I'm going to get a new piece of paper, and I'm going to clean my brush to get all of the red, yellow off of that brush and start fresh. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my first cool color, which is blue, and I'm going to stamp with my brush all around the paper. Like this. We're creating texture. And now I'm going to switch and do maybe some green. Okay, green is also a cool color. And I'm trying to paint in the areas I haven't hit yet. Okay, I could do some purple. Purple, dot, 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 dot. Creating texture. Okay, now I filled my paper quite a bit, so I'm going to wash my brush. And I'm going to switch to white for the final bit. Make nice fluffy texture with my white. My white is the last step. Okay, and now I've created a nice fluffy visual texture with cool colors. Okay. So this is what we're doing in art class today, okay? And you can do it at home with your paints, making a cool color and a warm color work of art that shows texture. Now, if you don't have any paints at home, you can also do this assignment with markers or colored pencils. So here I have some markers, and what I could do is I can create visual texture by repeating little lines like this. Okay, like this. I'm going for a fluffy kind of hairy texture. You see, it's just repeated lines. Swoop, 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 swoop. Okay, and you can do this all across your papers. Really fill the paper up. Okay, and again, make one work of art using warm colors and one using cool colors. So right now I'm making the warm color one because I'm using orange, yellow, and red. And then I could make one with cool colors. So let me find my yellow. You see little short lines like this. Okay? So that's what you could do if you don't have paints at home. And we're practicing creating visual texture in a work of art.